Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Aftermath. This is your West Ham United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1 Aftermath episode where we just talk about the match in longer form or the aftermath of events that have happened, either during, after, before, whatever we want to talk about, really. It's almost like a mini podcast, but just me talking to my phone. um, but yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Obviously, trying to hit 500. I keep repeating it every video. I'm going to until we get there. And we're nearly on 250. So if you could get me to halfway there, that would be sick. And then we can focus on getting 500 afterwards. Obviously, West Ham drew with Tottenham. I've recorded this just after the watch along of Manchester City Aston Villa. So thank you for everyone that joined for that as well. We drew with Tottenham at home. A lot of people were happy with the point because it's not the worst result in the world. I look at results differently, especially in the context of not winning more than 2 games in 2024. Now, a lot of you are probably sick of me repeating that. Well, I'm sick of watching it. And I think I have every right to complain. Because a lot of people just wanted an entertaining match. A lot of people just wanted us to give it a go. It was a bit of a go. It was typical West Ham. Typical West Ham when we need a result. Press for 5 minutes and then revert back to your positions. So that was what we did. We pressed for like 5 minutes and then we're like, we're not going to press anymore. Let's just sit back. And the same players did the same things. Now, our big players, Bowen, Paquetá, Kudus and Antonio, the front four, they had some good moments, but I couldn't say those were completely good performances, despite that Antonio goal was going to get disallowed for a few reasons if that went in. If you're in that position, you've got to finish those. Like, it wouldn't have counted anyway, don't get me wrong. But let's say that was a situation where that would have gone in and he missed that. Come on. You got to finish those. I love Antonio, but I never get out of my seat when he's 1v1 on goal. I know what type of goals I'm going to get from Antonio. But to be fair, he did score one against Newcastle. That was 1v1. And I actually had more confidence in him scoring than I did against Tottenham. But yeah, the goalkeeper makes himself big. I'm sure it's hard from his perspective as a striker. And it wouldn't have counted anyway because it was a foul on Madison in the build-up from Paquetá earlier in the box. No, just outside the box. It was a foul on Van der Ven, I think, or one of their centre-backs when he took him down, and it was offside anyway. So it wasn't really a chance. We didn't test Vicario. They didn't test Fabianski. So it was a game of one team at the ball, couldn't break us down. One team sat back and didn't offer anything on the counter, really. And funny enough, the only chance that was like really out there was Antonio at the start of the second half. And you can see from the first half, we were just getting a lot of them at set pieces. I haven't watched the highlights back, so I'll probably watch it back on Match of the Day, but I don't know what happened from that corner. Apparently it was offside. I thought it was going to go in. I don't know how it didn't go in. So I'm assuming one of our players was there. That was just next to the keeper or whatever. But that wasn't good enough. And when you go to the last 20 minutes, you think, I'll just take the draw. Nah. Why am I taking the draw? For what? What does that do for me? What does taking a draw do for me? As the home team, as a fan watching the home team play, watching them draw at home against a team I dislike, watch them draw against a home team I dislike when we haven't won more than 2 games this year, when we lost 4-3 to Newcastle after winning by 3 goals to 1. What does a draw do for me exactly? What is this mentality of we'll take a draw? A lot of people were happy with that performance. How, like, a lot of the same players were doing the same stuff, not passing the ball properly. None of them. And obviously, it's an instruction to just hoof it. But do these players do anything else other than hoof the ball? Does Vladimir Sufa want to, turn around and pass the ball properly? Does he want to just stop kicking it down the fucking line or not? Does Thomas Suchek actually want to pass the ball to his teammate? Probably not. He doesn't have the ability to pass 5 yards. I've been complaining about this for about 2 years. You got a 3-year contract. For what? And by the way, that 3-year contract was already rumoured to be given in the summer. Now, for as long as this manager stays here, he's going to approve of players like that, who are not consistent, who don't contribute over 90 minutes, who wait until the 90th minute to get their moment, and then people say they had a good game. If we want to judge people having a good game on goals and assists, don't watch the game. Go watch your sofa scores. Because Vladimir Sufa does the same thing. He'll put in an occasional cross. That's really good when he's in space. And someone might head it in the back of the net. But that doesn't mean he's had a good game. No one talks about how the fact that Vladimir Sufa jockeyed for Timo Werner to put that across, and Emerson was sleeping at the back post for their goal. The camera angle for the TV doesn't do that justice. You know how far away he was? He was just standing backwards and letting Timo Werner get there. If you close down Timo Werner, he has no idea what he's going to do. I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic of defending these players. Some of these players. I didn't think Ward-Prowse was that good. People said he was good. I didn't think Ward-Prowse was that good. And I like Ward-Prowse. I don't like him in a 10. I don't like him in a 6, which is the only two. And left wing, the only 3 positions that he plays in this team. And none of them are his position. He's a number 8. It's not that hard to figure out. Mohamed Kudus holding on to the ball for too long. Paquetá, what the fuck were you doing at the end? Fabianski was wasting time. Antonio should have probably offered a bit more, finishing chances, controlling the ball. We know what we're going to get with him. And Jared Bowen could have been more in the game. He was getting, Destiny Udogie did well against him in 1v1 situations. He could have had a lot more from these players in that game. As for the manager, who approved of Fornals and Benrahma leaving for no replacement to come back, no Jota, no Ibrahim Osman. So what was the point? What was the point of getting 0 depth? What was the point of selling the depth? Players I didn't want. What was the point? Someone tell me. All comes back around. It's all the same problems over and over again. Now, if we're going to talk about happy with a draw after we bottled a 3-1 lead in the previous game, when are we going to win a game? Wolves away, where we don't win? Fulham at home, where we got battered at their ground? Palace away, where you never know what happens at Palace away. You might win a game, you might lose. It's the most unpredictable fixture ever. Liverpool at home, when they're in the title race, where we don't really win against Liverpool at all. And people are going to say, but we beat them at home 3 years ago. Yeah, it was 3 years ago. Or 2.5. If you don't expect to beat Liverpool, you don't expect to beat Tottenham, you don't expect to beat Villa, you don't expect to beat Newcastle, and we should win against Wolves then, shouldn't we? We should win against Fulham, shouldn't we? should win against Luton. How about winning against Burnley and Sheffield United? Not once. I'm talking doing a double over promoted teams. I'm not exactly asking for much. I'm asking for doing a double over sides who are absolutely dog shit. Don't give me that about injuries, because we should have enough still to beat these shit teams. We're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth. Are people going to talk about Iraola's doing so good at Bournemouth? No, they're fucking not. I mean, they're not going to talk about that. So if nobody's going to talk about that, then clearly we're not doing that good. We're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth, a team that are up and down. First season with their manager. But I should be happy with this. The fact that we're 7th says a lot about the league, not about us. Winning off moments in this new year because we started really well of the season. I had to witness a 6-0 at home against Arsenal. And you still want me to be happy with this? A 3-1 bottling against Newcastle and you still want me to be happy with this? I'm not happy with it. Make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe. Road to 500 subscribers is on. And social media are in the description if you want to follow me. Any email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.